Giuliani Andrucci has been running the ZYP tailoring franchise in Rome for a decade, yet the past 4 years have been a real struggle.
Existing shops are gaining less than before because it's been more than 10 years that we've been in an economic crisis. Also, the middle class is spending less money, so consequently, all the businesses are under pressure.
A slew of old problems such as stifling bureaucracy and deep-rooted corruption has made it difficult for Italy to pull out of its political and economic crisis.
We have a very big decline in investment in the last 10 years, so we could not succeed in making reforms in Italy. We have a lot of problems from the labor market, and also we have problems for the productivity growth.
Most alarming is Italy's national debt, nearly $2.7 trillion. As a member of the European Economic Union, Brussels has placed strict and unfavorable austerity measures on the country to stop it from defaulting.
We have to reduce the debt ratio to PIL, which is today is 132% over the PIL, up to 60%. So we are obliged in the next 20 years to reduce by 120% the debt ratio in the 20 years. So it's very heavy, and the austerity doesn't help us to grow because we cannot invest because we are too much in debt.
Over the past 9 years, Italy's annual economic growth has struggled to reach 1%, while its unemployment rate hovers around 11%.
This sluggish economy has driven millions of Italians into poverty. According to statistics, the number of Italians at risk of poverty has risen by over 3 million people since 2008, the largest increase seen in any EU nation.
This swayed many, such as Giuliani, to support Italy's anti-austerity, pro-public spending 5-star movement.
I believe the 5-star will be the only hope for us to change the economical and social systems. They have proposed an enterprise bank, which will give access to credit easier to small and medium-sized businesses. This is new for Italian citizens.
They have also promised to cut taxes and implement a basic income for the unemployed, policies that clash with the EU and could push the country further into debt. And this irks investors.
The Italians are fighting since decades with a huge burden of public debt, and this is not improving. And sometimes the so-called populist parties seem to want to discharge the problem on the shoulders of the European system. But if you think clearly about that, Italian public debt is to be blamed on the Italians. So we should take responsibility for that in order to save Europe.
Some may argue that this is what Italy's new Eurosceptic populist administration plans to do by implementing expensive programs to help create jobs. But it's unclear how the EU will react to that, and if these budget policies could set off a ripple effect across the Union. Natalie Carney for CGTN in Rome.